All right. I believe I am live right now. Um, if you guys could just help me out, and those of you who are here, if you can hear me clearly, if you can see me well, and if all is good, just type in the comments and say all good so that I can begin and make sure that you guys can hear me clearly, right? So if you guys could just maybe drop in the comments and say yes, I hear you, I see you, that would be amazing. Just so I know that everything is good. I don't see your comments coming in right now. Let me just check on my phone and see if everything is okay. Okay, I see your comments now. It's just coming in a bit slowly in my laptop, but I see it. All right, good. Okay, so amazing. Welcome. It's nice to be here with you guys. Today, what day is it today? Today is, oh my God, I don't even remember what day it is. What day is it today? Today is a Thursday, all right? This is what the pandemic does to us, right? We don't even know what day it is. Well, first of all, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's going to be a very, very good, informative session, and I'm very excited about it. I also really wanted to do this session because I do know that all of us makeup artists, all of us in the beauty industry, right? We are being affected by this issue. And I wanted to be able to have this conversation with you guys because I just think that it's really important to be able to talk about these things with people who get it, with people who are in in a similar situation. And I know that in a lot of your minds, the one main question that you're probably having right now is, what do I do? Like, what do I do during such a time? How do I cope with this situation? How do I stay motivated? And what are some of the things that I can do right now that is still going to help me in my career, in my business, and in me, setting me up for success, whether it's now or whether it's after everything is done. All right. So, having said that, how are you guys excited for today's session? Because I definitely am. The reason why I'm excited is because I know that by the end of the session, you would be able to walk away knowing exactly what are some of the things that you can do right now. All right. I know that some of you would be like, okay, I just don't know what to do. I can't do photo shoots. I can't do anything that I've planned to do because we are all like stuck at home for all of us in Malaysia. And I know that some of you tuning in from maybe other parts of the world as well, it might not be the way that it used to be before because of everything that's going on. So, what can you do right now that is still going to really benefit you and benefit your business and benefit your career? All right. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. So, we're going to be jumping straight into it. Let's not waste time. And there are going to be 6 different things that I'm going to be discussing with you, sharing with you that I think are just going to make a world of a difference. All right. So, 6 main things. I highly suggest that you have a notepad and a pen. So, you just want to be taking down notes maybe as we're going along. Just so you could sort of go back and go through them and see, like, okay, what are some of the things that I can start implementing right now? All right. Let's start with the first one. And the first thing that I think is the most important thing for us makeup artists, for us business women, right, in the beauty industry is mindset. Okay. Now, I talk about this a lot for those of you, who are our students, those of you who have been following us for some time. Mindset is something that is the most important thing when setting yourself up for success as a makeup artist. Now, why do I say this? I know that some of us might think or might have the belief that it's all about doing makeup and hair, right? It's all about having clients, it's all about getting bookings. Yes, all that is very, very important. However, during a time like this, when everything might not be at its peak, might not be going so well, right? When everything is kind of looking a bit down and everything is looking very uncertain and we don't really know when things are going to be back to normal again, this is what you need to understand as a business owner, as a boss, right? In business, it's never going to be like this, or it's never going to be like this. Business is like this, okay? There are going to be moments where you're going to be doing really well and everything is going really great. And then there are going to be moments where everything is kind of like going down. But what makes you a successful business person is when you are able to navigate the top and the bottom, the highs and the lows. And right now, we might be at a low point, right? We're not getting the bookings that we want, we're not getting the clients that we want, we're not able to do a lot of the things that we want to do. But how do you set up yourself to be able to get through this? Would be having the right mindset, okay? It's very, very easy for us to be able, it's very easy for us, right, to complain, to get frustrated, to feel sad, to feel like, you know what, I just don't have the motivation to go on anymore. And trust me, like I do it too, it happens to me as well. We're all human. However, you need to quickly switch back and ask yourself, and remind yourself, actually, more importantly, remind yourself that you are in this for the long term. You're not doing this for success or profit today or tomorrow or this month or next month. You are in this for the long term. When you're a business owner as a makeup artist, no, you're not just a makeup artist, you are the boss of your business, you're the boss of your company. Run it like a business, run it like a company, right? And when you approach it from that mind, you got to remind yourself every single day that, hey, look, I'm doing this for long term success. I'm doing this for freedom long term. Not just now, not just tomorrow, not just 2 months down the road, for my future, right? 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, which means that every single thing that happens along the way, if you are going to get affected so badly and feel so down and feel demotivated and tell yourself, like, you know what, forget it, I don't want to do anything right now, it's just not worth it, how are you going to be able to survive the next 1 year, the next 2 years, or the next time that you have a really difficult issue and you don't know how to handle it? Are you going to give up? Are you just going to be like, you know what, that's it, I don't want to do this? Are you just going to throw away your dream? Right? Ask yourself that question. And when we remind ourselves that we are doing this for the long term, for the long haul, right? We want success for our future, then it's very easy to tell ourselves that, hey, yes, everything might not be that great right now. However, it's not the end. However, I'm not going to give up. This is still my baby. This is still my business. This is still what I'm passionate about. And this is how I am going to get everything it is that I want. Financial freedom, time freedom, waking up every day and feeling excited about my work. This is what I want to do. And I've made that decision. And that means that this pandemic, this COVID situation, this situation that we're in right now is not going to stop me from getting what it is that I want. And when you have that mindset, the remaining 5 that I'm going to be discussing with you right after this is going to be much easier for you to do. The reason why I'm saying this is because, yesterday we had a call with our academy students, and a lot of them, we were discussing about this, and a lot of them were talking about just feeling demotivated. And when we really sat and spoke about it, ultimately it comes down to the mindset. Ultimately, it comes down to how you view your business, whether you're viewing it for just now or whether you're viewing it for the long term. And if you really want to be successful, you need to look long term. You need to have vision long term. You cannot be disturbed by everything that is happening right now. Because again, like I said, in business, it's like this. It's never like this, or it's never going to be just like that, right? You are going to have amazing times when things are going amazing and you're getting the profits and you're getting the clients, and then there are also going to be days when it drops. But this is when, trust me, this is the time which is actually where most really successful business owners, makeup artists, are able to really learn, really reflect, and really come back 10 times stronger. All right. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay. So the first thing that I think is really important to take note of is mindset. And when you have your mindset in the right place, trust me, everything else will fall into place. Is it going to be easy? No. But with everything that we're going to be, sharing with you, the things that you are going to be able to do, it's going to become a lot more easier for you to navigate through this time. You with me? All right. Okay. So the next one that is very important after we have got our mindset in check would be improve, learn, and grow. All right. So I want you guys to write that down. Improve, learn, and grow. Now, what does this mean? Now, during this whole time when a lot of us basically are just stuck at home, we are not really having anything social to do. We can't go out, right? We are stuck at home and we actually have a bit more time on our hands. Okay. For those of you who might have families, might have kids, might have other things going on, still, you do have more time that you're probably able to spend at home. Now, I want you guys to ask yourself this question. What am I doing during this time, during this period, during this pandemic for my business? Right? I want you guys to ask yourself that question. I'm a makeup artist. What do I ultimately want? I want to get clients. I want to get bookings. I want my business to grow. What am I doing during this period of time that is going to allow me to get that? Most of us are thinking about things like, okay, I can't do a photo shoot. I can't, go out there and take pictures of clients. I can't go out there and work. So I can't do anything. But now you are limiting yourself because you are thinking of things that you cannot do, right? We all can't do them. We can't go out and do shoots. We can't go out to work. We can't take pictures of our brides because there are no events that are taking place. So why are you thinking of things that you cannot do right now? I want you guys to think about things that you can do for your business now. And what are some of the most important things that you can be doing right now for your business is to improve your work, improve your makeup skills, improve your hair skills, improve your social media game. How many of you know exactly what you need to be doing in your social media to really ace it, to really grow, to get more people to notice you? How many of you are paying attention to how your pictures are being taken? Is there room for improvement? Do you have the necessary skills to be taking amazing pictures for your portfolio? If not, if the answer is no, are you making use of this time right now to do it better? Right? So this is an excellent opportunity because you don't have the events. You cannot go out there and do your shoots and all of that. And we are all at home, right? This is an excellent opportunity to use to improve your work, to learn, to do research, to spend time, right? You can learn from tutorials, you can learn from going for online classes, you can join a course. Any way that you can learn and grow as a makeup artist, grow your talent, grow your business skills, grow your social media skills, and become better at what you do, it's a win. Because being a successful makeup artist is not just all about getting clients and getting booked. When I started 11 years ago, for the first 6 months, I did not have any clients. Zero. Zero clients for the first 6 months. And it would have been very easy for me to just be like, you know what, this is not working. I don't want to do it. It's a waste of my time. But you know what I did do instead? I did whatever that I could to become amazing at makeup, amazing at hair. I kept learning and learning and learning. I used to spend hours just learning, practice, watching videos, practicing it, making sure that I'm really good at what I do, learning about products, what are some of the best products I could use on my clients. And I just used to take any free job that I could get, basically, right? I never stopped. I never let that not getting clients stop me from being the best at what I could do. And so what happened was, because I was becoming so good, using the time wisely to really become good at what I do, to learn about social media, to learn about, at that time it was just Facebook. How can I, grow my audience on Facebook? How can I reach out to more people? How can I work with more people? How can I get more people to know about me? I spent all my time focusing on that because I was not getting clients. So I didn't get bookings. I could not focus on that. I focused on this. And what happened because of that is that when I was able to get my first client, I was able to ace it. And because of that, now 2 clients came in, 4 clients came in. They referred people, and that's how my business grew. That's how my business exploded. Because I never stopped my business just because I was not getting clients or just because I was not getting bookings. So ask yourself, how can you make use of this time for you to improve your work, for you to learn more, become the best at what you do? Because this is something that I always tell like all my students, right? You don't have a business if you don't have clients. And if you want to have clients as a makeup artist today with a lot of competition, you really should focus on being the best at what you do. And to become the best at what you do, you need a lot of practice. So are you practicing? Are you taking this time and practicing your skill? Are you becoming better at what you do? Or are you just, saying, you know what? Yeah, times are not great. I'm not going to do anything, right? You can do something. Okay, so make use of this time wisely and become the best at what you do. All right, now that brings us to the third, and the third would be collaborating. Now, what do I mean by collaborating? Okay, now I want you guys to think about this. We are all makeup artists, right? And we are all going through this situation together right now, which means that a lot of people, in fact, everybody in the makeup industry, in the beauty industry, in the wedding industry, are in the same situation. They are not getting bookings, they're not getting clients, and their business is being affected. Now, what would stop you from reaching out to people to collaborate, to work together? Now, you might be thinking, how can I work together? I can't go out and do a photo shoot. Again, why are you limiting your work to just doing photo shoots? There are so many things that you could collaborate on that you could do right now from home. You could do Facebook lives, you could do IG lives together. So collaborate with, say, another makeup artist or a wedding photographer, right? And talk about something that you feel would be valuable to your clients. Maybe you guys could do a makeup tutorial together. Maybe you guys could come out and talk about looks that brides would like to know on what to do on their wedding day. Or you guys could talk about products because you guys are experts, you guys are makeup artists. And women, like girls, brides, they would want to know about that. What is some of the preparation you can do for your skin if it's your wedding day? Like, how do you take care of your skin before your wedding day? What are some of the things that you can do for yourself before your wedding day? Think of all the things that your clients, right, women in general, or your brides or your clients would really love to know about when it comes to makeup, when it comes to hair, when it comes to beauty. And then ask yourself, how can you collaborate with other people and get together and do a project together? It could be lives, it could be tutorials online, it could be, things that you guys come together and talk about, or things that you guys do together, like a contest even. Do an online contest. And you know what is so amazing about this is because when you collaborate with someone else who is also in the same industry, now their audience, let's say they have 1,000 followers, their audience is also going to know about you, right? And that means that's going to help you increase the number of people who know about you, your following. And not just that, more importantly, more people are going to know that, hey, there is so and so makeup artist, right? This person is a makeup artist in Penang or in Johor or in Singapore, in KL. And now you're exposing your brand, exposing your business to more people, right? Because you're tapping into the audience of someone else who is also in the same industry. So collaborate and don't think of things you cannot do right now, like a photo shoot. We can't go out and do a photo shoot. We cannot do events. But what are some of the things that you can do? And trust me, there are a lot of things. You just need to get a bit creative and think about how you can collaborate with someone else right now. Maybe it's a contest, maybe it's a giveaway, right? How can you collaborate with someone else and grow that way? Okay, so collaboration is an excellent way for you guys to actually really be growing your business right now. And that's free to do, guys, all right? It's completely free and you can do that right now. Which comes to the fourth, okay? Now, fourth would come to, is there something that you can do online? Because everybody is online right now. Everybody is searching for entertainment, information, knowledge online, food online, all right? So ask yourself, as a makeup artist, how can you add value? How can you provide knowledge and value to your audience online? Because online are things that you can do. Like, for example, right now, what I'm doing is having this conversation with you guys online, right? It's an important conversation. It's something that's valuable. It's something that I know would help some of you listening. And I'm doing it online. It's completely free. And you guys are here, and I'm here, and you guys are gaining knowledge, and I'm able to share this, right? So ask yourself, what are some of the things you can do online? Can you do more, maybe reels? Can you do more, maybe mini tutorials that you can upload on your Facebook or your Instagram? Can you do maybe a workshop online and get people to join, right? You can collaborate with someone else online and do an online makeup workshop, an online hair workshop, an online, sari pleating workshop, anything that relates to your audience. What are some of the things that you can do online right now? Because remember this, everybody is online. And how do your potential clients find you? Online, right? So never ever stop thinking about ways that you can grow online, because the more you do online, you guys, that is how you are going to grow really fast, especially now because everybody is online. So you can write this down if you want, because I think this will allow you guys to think of more ideas. How can I add more value to my audience online? All right. How can I add more value to my audience online? You could do tutorials, reels, IG stories. You could, do mini workshops. You could do mini tutorials. You could do mini videos, or even like video series where you show them step by step of how to create a look. And you are also, in the meantime, showing people, hey, look, I'm really good at what I do, right? This is my talent. This is my skill. And people are going to see that and be like, whoa, like, she's like really good at her job. I'm definitely going to get back to her when I'm able to, get someone for my event, or when everything is confirmed. They're going to think of you. So don't waste this time, you guys. It's a precious time for you to use wisely, because trust me, it will pay you back after everything is okay. When everybody else was not doing anything, but you were doing something, trust me, you are going to see a major turnaround in your business. Trust me on that, all right? And now the next, which is number 5, comes to action plan. Okay? Action plan. Now, what is action plan? So action plan is basically now asking yourself, as soon as I am able to go out there and work, right? As soon as I'm able to go out there and do my shoots or events or anything of that sort, I'm free. There's no more restriction, and I'm able to go to work and get stuff done. What is something that you already have planned out? Because a lot of times it's very easy for us to just sit down and think about, like, okay, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You write it down, you think about it, you dream about it. But do you really have a plan? Like, are you really going to do it? When are you going to do it? What is the concept? Who are you going to work with? Do you have the model already? Do you have the photographer already? Do you have the costume already? Do you have the jewelry already? Or is it just some kind of idea in your mind, right? Now, a lot of times, it's usually just an idea. You have not got the details of it down. And what happens is, when now, say another 3 weeks, another 4 weeks, we don't know, but the restrictions are lifted and you are able to go out there and get stuff done, are you going to do anything? Or are you still going to spend time thinking about what you're going to do? I want you guys to understand this very, 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 very clearly, because this is a major game changer for anybody who is in business, right? Thinking about what you want to do is never going to get you what you want. The only way to get what you want is by taking action. That's it. Success is about taking action. And people who are very successful are people who take action. Okay? Without taking action, nothing's going to change. So, do you have an action plan? because now you have the time to really plan things out, right? If you want to do a photo shoot, you know that okay, I really want to do a photo shoot that's going to be amazing. When brides see, they're going to be like, whoa, who did the makeup? Who's the makeup artist? She's super talented. You have that idea. Do you have the concept? Do you have the model? Do you have the costume? Do you have the jewelry? Do you have the venue? Do you have the photographer? The date you can't really set, okay, because you don't know, but everything else that can be done, you can work on it right now. You can work on 2, you can work on 3 projects now, so that when the time comes, you're ready to go. Because I want you guys to keep reminding yourself that, hey, this is not a time for me to just sit back and relax and be like, oh yeah, whatever, I'll think about it later. Time is just shitty, I can't do anything about it. No. You have to take responsibility for everything that happens in your life, everything. And if you own your business, if you're a makeup artist and it's your baby, it's your business, nobody's going to do the work for you. You have to do the work, right? And if you don't do it, how do you think you're going to be successful? And I learned this the hard way as well. I just thought that things would just happen. People would just come to me. Like brides would just search for me and everybody would just come to me and want to work with me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And you guys know this. There are so many makeup artists around, so many. And there's so many talented makeup artists around. However, what makes a makeup artist really successful is a makeup artist who constantly takes action. No excuses. No excuses whatsoever. So, do you have an action plan? If you have an idea that you want to do, all right, that you know would be beneficial for your business, for you to get more clients, for you to get more bookings, for people to really be wowed by your work, you have an idea, now is the time to make sure that idea is ready to go when the time comes. All right? So take it seriously, guys. It's not just something you think about, because if you're just going to keep thinking about it, it's never going to happen. Okay? Use this time to figure it out, come up with a solid plan, and as soon as you're able to, you're like, hey, you know what? Okay, you're the model and we're going to do it this weekend. Are you free? Okay, all set, ready to go. That's how you need to work. Okay? And the last one, which is 6, would be reflect. What is reflect? Okay? Now, this is the thing that I have noticed, with working with so many women, right? So many different makeup artists as well. And this applies to myself as well. It's very easy to think about all the good times. It's very easy to think about all the times that we did amazing, that our work was really good, that all our brides were happy, that we got bookings, that people were inquiring, so many inquiries coming in and so many people were booking. It's very easy to remember that. However, when things are not going so great, right? When things, maybe we are not getting the bookings, maybe we are not getting an increase in followers in our social media account, we are not growing, nobody really wants to work with us, we are not getting people who are inquiring daily, reflect and ask yourself, okay, what are some of the things that I'm doing that is not working right now? What are some of the things that I've been doing for the past 1 year that have not worked or that have not given me the results that I want? Like a lot of makeup artists that we work with, right? They have been makeup artists for maybe a couple of years, and they keep saying that it's so hard to get a bridal booking. It's so hard to get brides to book us. We just keep getting personal makeup inquiries. Do you reflect and ask, why is that? Why do I only get personal makeup inquiries and I don't get bridal inquiries? What is the reason? Right? And of course, when we work with them, we identify the reasons and we work on that, and then everything changes. But do you reflect is my question. Because it's very easy to just, blame the situation or blame your circumstance and just say, you know what, I'm not getting bridal inquiries. I don't know, everything's just really bad right now, right? It's very easy to do that. But if you kept on doing that, and if you kept on saying that, is your situation going to change? Are things going to get better? Are you going to be able to get what you want? by blaming anything, right? Blaming the situation, or blaming that there are too many makeup artists around, or blaming that you are new. No, it's not because you are new. It's not because you don't have the experience. No. How did every successful makeup artist start? Think about it. We all started from ground zero. Nobody was born like being a, like, whoa, like, no, it doesn't happen that way, right? Unless you're a celebrity and then you become a makeup artist. Okay, then maybe like you have a bit of advantage. But for most of us, it didn't happen that way. Nobody knew who the hell like me and my sister were when we started. Like nobody gave a shit, right? Nobody gives a shit. People are too busy with their own thing. But you got to do the work. You got to ask these questions. Because at the end of the day, you know that if you become a success, if you become a successful makeup artist, doing what you love, making people look and feel beautiful, your whole life can change. But are you willing to put in the work? Every time we speak with a lot of people, like a lot of people aspiring makeup artists or makeup artists or already makeup artists, and we ask them, what's your main problem? Like, what is the number one challenge that you have? And most of the time, the number one challenge is, I do not get enough bookings. I do not get enough bridal bookings, right? And that's a very common problem. And of course, with our students, we work with them and we tell them what to do. But that's not what I'm getting into. What I'm getting into is this. How or what are you going to do about it? Like I said, when I started for 6 months, I did not get any bookings, not even a personal makeover, guys. Nothing. I just worked for free, right? I was just happy to work for free. But because I was constantly at it, no matter what, right? No, like they would be like, come and work on a set, and sometimes I had to work for like 6-7 hours straight if it's a photo shoot or an ad campaign or anything of that sort. It takes a long time, right? And they'll be like, oh, we can't really pay you because we're on low budget. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. As long as you put my name in your work, you say that makeup and hair done by like this person, I'm happy. They're like, okay, yeah, no problem. That's what I did. So what are you doing about getting your goals? My goal was to get more people to know about me. And I knew that if I continued, like just kept on going by putting my work out there, working with as many people as I can, eventually people are going to know about me, right? And that's the same thing that even my sister did by moving to a new country. Like she was in Malaysia and then she moved over to Singapore. Well, she didn't really move, but because of the situation, she's in Singapore right now. And I mean, yeah, like we've been in business for a long time, but nobody in Singapore really knows us that well because there's so many other really well-known makeup artists in Singapore. But how was she able to set up and get clients really quickly? Because she did a lot of work in the beginning for free. She just wanted to keep putting her work out there. Coming back to you, what can you do right now that will get you the results that you want? I want you guys to reflect. Think about it. What are your goals? What is your goal? Do you want to get 5 bookings every month? Do you want to make 10,000 every month? What is your goal as a makeup artist? You should have goals, by the way, all right? You should have goals in your plan. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Why are you a makeup artist? I'm sure it's because you want freedom. You want to be able to do what you love. It's not just about passion. You can be passionate about something, but at the end of the day, you're doing it because there's a reason for it. What is the reason? For me, it's freedom. It could be something else for you. It could be because you want to take care of your family. It could be because you want to have extra money in the bank. It could be because you want to be free of your boss and you don't want to go to work anymore, right? What is your reason? And when you know that, when you know what your goal is, if you're not hitting your goal right now, and you've not been hitting your goal for some time, reflect and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Or what have I not been doing enough of? And how can I change that? What can I do that is going to get me to my goal? all right? Because when you ask yourself that question, now you are forced to look at some of the things that maybe you can change, some of the things that are not working out. Maybe you had an experience where a client was not happy with something that you did at work. Ask yourself, what was that thing? What can I improve? How can I make my work even better? If you're not getting engagement in your social media pages, why is that? What can you do to get more engagement on a social media page? Is it because you don't have attractive pictures? How can you make your pictures more attractive? Right? So reflect, because there are always clues as to what you should be doing, what you are not maybe doing enough of, or how you maybe sometimes it could be just a minor tweak, and that's going to give you a major result. All right, so let's just go over the 6 again. Okay, so the first one, what was the first one, you guys? You remember? Very important, mindset. Okay, and then it's improve, learn, and grow. Are you using this time to become better at what you do? Are you using this time to become the best at what you do? Or are you just not doing anything about it? Right? And then third would be collaborations. Okay, who are you collaborating with? Who can you collaborate with? What type of projects can you work on? Because the more you collaborate with people online, remember, a lot of people, everyone else who is a makeup artist is in the same position as you. They all want to find a way to grow. They're all looking for ways to grow, looking for ways to help their business. So maybe even if no one's coming to you, you approach them and ask them, like, hey, like, what can we do? Maybe I have this idea. Would you be happy to come on this idea with me? We could do a live, we could do a contest, collaborate, right? Third would be going online. What are some of the things that you can do online right now during this pandemic that is going to help your business, that is going to let people see you as an expert in what you do? Online classes, IG stories, mini tutorials, mini videos online that show people your skill, that show people, hey, this is what I'm really good at. Because when people keep seeing you and people keep noticing your work, that's how you stand out from the rest. While everybody is not doing anything, their social media page is just like shut down, like closed, okay, I'm not open, unavailable. You are out there doing stuff. You are out there making moves, and people pay attention. Trust me, they do. And the more you stand out, the more you do things differently from everybody else, that's when people notice you. That's when people remember you. Be like, hey, I remember that makeup artist. Her work is really good. You should check her out. Okay, trust me, I'm talking from experience. It works, right? Fifth, action plan. What is your action plan? If you have got ideas, if you have stuff in your mind that you really want to do, but you've not really done anything about it, you don't have a proper plan, this is the time to make that plan. So that when you are able to do it, it's ready to go, right? Have an action plan. Remember, success is taking action. Success is not daydreaming about your goals or thinking about your goals or wishing your goals were happening or wishing you had your dream life. It doesn't happen that way. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's the truth, right? You need to take action to achieve any kind of success. And it goes the same for us makeup artists. So what is your action plan? And the last one is reflect. Reflect, think back at what are some of the things that you can be doing right now that you need to be improving in your work that is going to get you closer to your goal. What are some of the things that maybe you need to improve on? What are some of the things you need to change in your business? How can you add more value to your customers? How can you add more value to your brides? Why should brides book you? Think about that, right? And give it some thought, reflect on it, come up with ideas, and then come up with an action plan on what you're going to do about it, okay? And I want you guys to understand this very, very, very important concept in business, and especially if you want to be successful, okay? If you have this idea, or like, we live in this social media age where every time we look at Instagram or Facebook or whatever, right, people are always talking about how amazing things are, or how much success they have got, or how amazing they are doing, or all the money that they are making. Like, people are always talking about that. People are always showing like the highlight reel on their social media, and that's just what a lot of people do. But not a lot of people talk about the fact that when you are in business, there are a lot of times, right? A lot of times when things are not going great. It's not just now. If you think that it's because of the pandemic, things are not going great, after that, everything's going to be amazing. No, it's not. There will be something else, right? But that's just how business is. And for you to be successful in business, you got to remember this. If you want to be successful in business, it's not because of everything around you or everything that's happening around you or who is around you. It's about you. That's it, right? It's about you and what you are going to do, action, to be a success. It's as simple as that. Is the pandemic a shitty time? Yes, it is. All right. Is it affecting all our businesses? Yes, it is, for sure. Right? Is it affecting our business? Of course it is. Last month, we only had 3 bridal events that took place. We were supposed to have about 20. We only had 3. So is it affecting every makeup artist? Yes, it is, right? However, that should never stop you from thinking about the big picture. Am I going to stop because of everything that's going on right now? No, I'm not. Because I have a bigger picture of what I want. I know what I want. I know that I want to be successful no matter what. My success does not depend on my environment, people around me, or anything around me. It only depends on me. When you take full control, when you are fully responsible for your success, that is when you become really, really powerful. Because now you know that you have the ability to do whatever it takes to get what it is that you want. So do not become a victim to whatever that's going on around you. All right? Will there be days when you feel demotivated? Yes, there are days when I feel demotivated. There are days when I don't want to do anything. I don't want to look at my laptop. I don't want to think about work. It happens to all of us, and it's very normal, right? It's good to take breaks. It's good to not do anything. It's good to have that mental, like, I don't want to think about anything days. It's good to have that from time to time. But don't let that stop you from achieving what it is that you want to achieve. Because remember, becoming a makeup artist, if you are in this, just for the short-term gain, just for the glam of the job, just to see how things go, then great. You're not going to last long. I'm going to be completely honest with you because I'm not here to waste your time. I'm going to tell you as it is, right? If you are in it just for the short-term gain, if you are in it just to see how it goes, to give your 50% and hope to get 100% back, it's not going to happen. For those of you who have been in this industry for some time now, you would know that being a makeup artist is not just all easy as it looks to be. There's a lot of other things involved. How do you stand out from your competition, right? How do you become better than everybody else? It's not just about being really good at makeup and hey, what else can you do that's going to be really valuable to your clients, that will make people want to book you? So many other things, right? So remember that when you become a makeup artist, it's for the long term. It's for the long haul. And trust me when I say that when you are able to do this the right way, when you are in this for the long term, when you have your mind in the right place, and when you take action, like whatever it is that we spoke about today, success is something that has to come to you. And when that happens, believe me when I say your entire life can change. Your entire life can change, right? If you do it right, your entire life can change. Trust me, we know, okay? And yeah, so, I just wanted to be able to share that with you guys and remind you guys that no matter what is happening right now, there are a lot of other things that we can be doing. Question is, are you doing it? It's not whether you want to do it or not. Are you doing it? And if you're not doing it, why are you not doing it? Are you really serious about it? Are you really serious about your success? Or is it just something that you wish you had? Okay? So I hope that was helpful, guys. And remember, use this downtime. Remember this. Like, use this downtime where we're all at home, where we're not able to do a lot of things, where there are no weddings happening, people are not making bookings because everything is so uncertain. Use this downtime. Do the 6 things that I told you tonight, and come back 10 times stronger than you ever have. When you come back after this pandemic is over, people will be like, whoa, like, what happened? Like, what did you do? Right? But you know what you did because you put in the work now, and it will pay off when everything gets back to normal. You know why? Because 90% of the other people are not doing anything about it. They're just sitting, complaining, wishing things would change, wishing things were better, and that's it. But you know now that success is for people who take action, right? So are you going to take action? Okay. Okay. I hope that was useful. I just really wanted to be able to come here and share this with you to really make you see that, hey, it's not over. Your time is not over. This is just a temporary thing. And there are a lot of things that you can be doing right now that is really going to pay down the road, that you can be even doing right now and seeing the result right now. All right. Now, I just want to ask if you guys have any questions, just comment and see. Let me know how, like how it's been going for you. What are your major takeaways? What are some of the things that were maybe aha moments for you that you feel, you really can go out there and do, that you've not seen it that way before? What were some of your biggest takeaways from tonight? Has it been helpful? And for those of you who have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Yes, Uma, I hope that was helpful. And yes, I really, really want you guys not just listen to everything that was shared tonight, but really ask yourself, what are some of the things that I can really take action on? All right? Because trust me, when you take action is when you see the results. Okay? Yeah, great. Any other questions that you guys have, or anything that you want to ask me personally that maybe relates to your business, or some issue that maybe you are having that you don't know how to solve, or you don't know how to get out of, or feel free to ask me now, because I would be more than happy to assist you. I'm just taking a look at your comments here. All right. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to ask? Now, for those of you who follow us on Instagram, keep out for our posts, because we are always putting up valuable information, especially for makeup artists, because that's who we work with, that's who we help, right? So, keep an eye out for that. Go through the post, because sometimes there's really valuable information there that would really, really assist you in taking your business to the next level. Whether you are beginning, whether you are just thinking about it, whether you are already in this for a long time, it's still going to really help you. So pay attention to that. And also, for those of you who might want to work with us, we have coaching programs where we work with you one-to-one. That will be amazing to really help you get your business to the next level. And we also have our academy. So if you are a makeup artist who wants to really up-level your makeup, hair, and business skills, we have an academy as well, and you're free to check that out, or just be in touch with us and ask us anything that you would like to know. All right. Honestly, it was very down, but feeling like motivated. Amazing. Without a doubt, every time your sessions are eye-opening. Amazing, right? And this is what I want you guys to understand. Yeah, it's not because I know better or I am better than anyone else. It's not. The reason why I'm able to share these things with you is because I am exactly like you. Only that I have been in your situation maybe like 10 years back, or 8 years back, or 7 years back. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. And the reason why I am so passionate to want to share everything with you guys who have the same dream that I had 12 years back was because I want to be able to help you in your journey. Right? Whatever experiences that I had, whatever mistakes that we made in our business, in our journey, you guys don't have to do the same thing. And that is why I really love being able to work with you, teach you guys, come in here and have these sessions, because I want to be able to share all these things that I know would help you in your journey. Because trust me, like, if someone had been there to guide me when I was starting, there were so many days when I used to break down and cry because I had no one to talk to about stuff like this. It was just all me, and I had to figure it out all by myself, right? And yeah, so I know what it feels like to be in the situation that you might be in right now. And that is why I'm just really, really passionate about being there for you, because I know we both have something that is very, very similar, and that is that goal of becoming a successful makeup artist. And I know what that feels like. I know how that passion feels like, what that desire feels like. And more importantly, I really know how achieving a certain level of success can change your life, just like how it did mine, all right, and my sisters. Okay, so great. Okay, I really hope that was useful, you guys. This is going to be up in the group, so if at any time you want to come back and take notes, I hope you guys took notes, but if you want to come back and listen to it, feel free to listen to it. Also, I just want to remind you guys, if you have friends, family, anybody else that you know who is a makeup artist or is an aspiring makeup artist and you feel would really benefit from this group, it's a free group. All they got to do is just join the group, all right? And they really get to benefit from everything that's here. Feel free to invite them, feel free to let them know about it, feel free to share so more people know about it. So me and my sister are both able to really help women just like you, okay? So I hope that was helpful. As usual, I love talking and connecting with you guys. It's always an amazing time together. And again, for any of you who would love to, maybe have an opportunity to work with us, get in touch with us and see how we could work together. But tonight's session was mainly really, really